Welcome fans, and thanks for watching as we prepare for another round of super-powered smackdowns on Grudge Match, the show that plucks the denizens of the DC and Marvel universes from their homes and forces them to compete in singles combat for our amusement. Today we're turning back to the cosmic spaceways to see two energy-infused warrior women go head-to-head. From Marvel Comics, it's the femme fatale of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the described deadliest woman in the galaxy, Gamora. And from DC, the last survivor of the planet Xanshi, the Star Sapphire extraordinaire, Fatality. These two characters have a surprising amount in common. Both are the last surviving members of their race and their planets. Both were taken after the destruction of their planets and trained to become incredibly deadly assassins and warriors. And in recent storylines, both have been cosmically infused with vast amounts of cosmic energy and additional powers. So taking a look at them individually and starting with Gamora, created in 1975 by Jim Starlin. Her full name is Gamora Zin Huberi bin Titan. She is the last surviving member of the Zin Huberis. Her planet and her people were wiped out by an intergalactic cult known as the Universal Church of Truth. Gamora herself was rescued by the Mad Titan Thanos and raised as his protege and trained to become a warrior woman. He not only trained her in martial arts fighting techniques, but also implanted various mechanical devices into her body to increase her already slightly superhuman powers. So this gave her enhanced strength, speed, agility, durability, and regeneration capabilities that are above that of characters like Spider-Man. So she has always been stronger, faster, and more agile than even characters like Captain America, Black Panther, or Daredevil. She's played major roles in most of the Marvel comic cosmic storylines, including the Infinity Gauntlet saga, and she's been a friend to Adam Warlock, friend and lover to Nova, Richard Rider, and of course, a stalwart member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. In a recent storyline, she became infused with additional power from a cosmic artifact known as the Black Vortex. This is an ancient artifact that, when looked into, will give its user the opportunity to gain incredibly enhanced cosmic powers. The downside of it being is it tends to warp their minds, create the power-hungry desire within them to control and to dominate. Gamora was one of the characters who accepted these powers. Then at the end of the storyline, she was one of the very few who decided to keep those powers rather than get rid of them, and endeavored to always be fighting and striving to overcome those corrupted qualities that the Black Vortex infuses in its user. These new cosmic abilities include flight and ability to survive in space, self-sustenance. It's enhanced all of her abilities to previously unheard of levels, so all of her already enhanced strength, speed, agility, and regeneration abilities have all been increased even further. And it's also given her cosmic energy that she wields in the form of creating hand weapons out of pure energy. She seems to pull these out of her cloak, and they can take the form of energy daggers, energy swords, or pretty much any energy-based hand weaponry she chooses to create. Fatality of DC Comics was first created in 1997 by Ron Mars and Darryl Banks. She has been primarily a Green Lantern villain. She is the last surviving member of her planet, known as Xanshi. She was off-world training in the art of warfare when her planet was destroyed accidentally by the Green Lanterns, specifically being blamed on the Green Lantern John Stewart. Her real name is Yara Sinril, and after her planet was destroyed, she vowed revenge on the Green Lanterns and specifically John Stewart, so she took on the name Fatality, going around the galaxy using her skills, knowledge, and warfare abilities to kill as many Green Lanterns as possible. And she's met a fair amount of success in that endeavor, killing a number of Green Lanterns before coming up against Kyle Rayner and seeming to have problems overcoming him. She has enhanced physical abilities as well in terms of enhanced strength, speed, agility. She also has the innate ability to see and perceive weak spots in her opponents. This has been an especially useful ability when having to fight Green Lanterns, considering their high level of power, when she had no energy manipulation abilities at all at the time. However, in recent storylines, she has gained energy abilities because she has become one of the Star Sapphires. Star Sapphires are one of the core of light bearers who wield one of the emotional spectrums of light in the DC universe. Star Sapphires wield the violet light of love, and they wield it in much the same way that the Green Lanterns wield their green energy of willpower. They use it to create energy constructs for flight, for energy blasts, force fields, communication, all those sorts of things. The Star Sapphires have an additional ability that the Green Lanterns don't. They can not only create hard light constructs, but they can also create crystalline constructs out of their violet light. These crystalline constructs can take the form of cages or large crystals to encapsulate people, or even forming stabbing hand weapons out of them as well. These differ from hard light constructs in that the hard light constructs of the Green Lanterns and the Star Sapphires tend to disappear whenever they are not focusing on keeping them around. However, the crystalline constructs that the Star Sapphires can create will remain, even if they're not concentrating on them or rendered unconscious. So both of these characters started out kind of as melee fighters in the cosmic realms, but went on to, in more later and recent storylines, become cosmically infused with additional power. So, whose power is going to prove superior when these two women clash? The winner is going to be Fatality. The power of the Star Sapphire is going to prove to be the superior cosmic powerhouse in this grudge match, and that's because the Star Sapphire ring just affords Fatality a wider array of powers that she can bring to bear against Gamora. The fact that she can utilize long-range energy blasts and force fields to protect herself are the kinds of things Gamora has never been shown to do since becoming cosmically infused herself. While Gamora can manipulate energy to a certain degree in terms of creating energy weapons out of them, and potentially could create weapons that she could throw out of that energy, she can't create force fields around herself to protect herself, whereas Fatality can, so that gives Fatality a leg up in defense, and Fatality has a leg up in offense when it comes to being able to use her Star Sapphire powers in a wider array of ways, not only creating hand weapons like Gamora can, but also creating anything she wants, just like the Green Lanterns can, out of the light of her Star Sapphire ring, and energy blasts as well. That gives Fatality just a wider assortment of ways to attack Gamora, and that better offense and better defense is going to prove superior in this grudge match. So Fatality in DC takes home the win. Message me down below, let me know what you think of this fight, and of course any suggestions for future matches. We'll see you next time on the next edition of Grudge Match.